Good morning, everybody. It is Steve Lookner with Agenda Free TV. There has been a huge explosion at a port in Iran. Last I saw, the number of injured was 561. It could be higher than that now because I've been getting on the air. I'm hoping to maybe get some live video of the scene for you at some point soon. I have a video from a few minutes ago. I will show you that. But we want to bring you updates on this massive explosion in this port in Iran. What I'm going to try to do now is actually put up on the screen the video, if I can get it up here from earlier, while I wait for the live video. So give me a moment here. Let's do this, see if this works. Hope this works. Why is that not working? Now it's working. Okay, that's better. Okay, give me one moment here. Just pulling something up so I can show this to you. All right, this is going to be from a short while ago. And I need to get the screen to say earlier. While I wait, hopefully we'll get some more live footage. But that remains to be seen. All right, here is, I'm going to press play now. Here is that all messed up there? Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to do this. Just give me 2 more seconds, and I'm going to have the video on the screen for you, the video from earlier. And then we'll talk about this, but I want to get that on the screen so I can show it to you. Okay, that is better. Huh. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Are we still live or not? Yeah, we're live. We're live. All good. All right, hang on. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, hang on. I'm about to play the video for you. And talk about this. Thanks for bearing with me. What did I do here? Where's the text? Where is the text? All right, I gotta do one more thing. I'm sorry. There's one more thing I gotta do. I apologize. I just gotta do one more thing here. Just hang on like 30 seconds. Actually, let me get the video up for you, and then I'll deal with that. Why is this? Finally, that's working. Okay, this is from a short while ago. There's that. Now I got to put some text over it. So give me a second. Let me get the text on the screen. It's going to say earlier. Bandar Abbas, Iran. And then we have to do this. We have to do this. Okay, do that. Fine. And then we want it to be the color to change. And then we want to do this and then shrink it. Obviously, we don't need things that big. So you don't want to get in the way of the... I'm going to put it right there. Okay. Sorry for the delay. It just, I had to get that going. And I'm waiting. Oh, maybe. Oh, I got live video. I got live video. Hang on a moment. There's live video right now. Let me get the live video up for you right now. Okay, so I got to do that. There's live. That's live video. Wow, from Bandar Abbas. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take this, maybe just do that a little bit so you can see what's going on there. Okay, that's live video. That's not earlier, that is live from AFP. Wow. Now, I don't think there's sound on that video, but I'm going to check. Yeah, I don't hear anything. That is going on right now. Wow, unbelievable. And this started hours ago, I believe, hours ago. But just a massive explosion, reportedly in a container yard. Look at the helicopter dumping something on it. This is crazy. Hundreds of people injured. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's as big as the incredibly massive Lebanon explosion of several years ago, but still a massive explosion. Yeah, this is in Bandar Abbas. Let me get you some updates on this, but I'm glad at least I got the live video on for you. And again, there's no sound on the video, so we have to just make do with what we have. Let me get you some updates here. I'm following some Iranian sources too. Okay, I just saw a report from, well, the last report I saw was 561. Yes, that's the last number I've seen so far of injured. 561 people injured. Tasnim news agency reports that port operations at this port have been temporarily suspended. This is the Shahid Rajaee port in southern Iran at Bandar Abbas. Shahid Rajaee port, which is, hold on. which is in the southern part of Iran, basically right near the Strait of Hormuz. I'll show you where this is on a map. I got to pull the map up if you give me a second. All right, is this going to work? Let's see. Give me one moment here. All right, so there is a map. Obviously, that's not. We don't need to say. We don't need that to say live. There's a map, and here's Iran. There's Iran. See Iran. Oops. There's Iran. Here. There's the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, and Bandar Abbas is here. There's the port, Shahid Rajaee port, right there. I've seen it described as near Bandar Abbas, but a bunch of stories say it's in Bandar Abbas. AFP says it's in Bandar Abbas. Anyways, but this is where we're talking about, where the red marker is there. That right on the coast there. Next to the Strait of Hormuz and Persian Gulf. And look at this. Look at that live shot there. I don't know if this is intentional or not. Oh my gosh. I have not gone to sleep. We were up all night covering it's 8:11 a.m. here. I haven't been to sleep yet. We were up all night covering the funeral. But, as to what caused this, no reliable reporting it was anything intentional, but there's some speculation. Maybe Israel would target this port for some reason. If there were weapons being brought in or something, I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see what we hear about this. And then I have also posted, I don't have the rights to them, but I have posted a number of videos on my X account where you can go look and see those videos of the explosion. So for other videos, for videos of explosion, please see my Steve's X account. And I'll pin that. I'm going to pin that message. I'm pinning it on YouTube. If our other moderator, I don't even know if we have any moderators because it's been such a crazy evening here. But maybe our other moderators can, I'll pin that myself. Pin. Okay, so I have it pinned on Twitch and YouTube now. Maybe I'll pin it. Oh, what happened? Somebody sent me stars. Hold on. Hang on. Give me a moment. Give me 2 seconds here while I have this video on here. Just give me 2 seconds. Sorry, it's a little chaotic because I just can't rush back on the air to cover this. That's a live video you're looking at, no joke. Crazy. Where is the... Okay, that's fine. But again, you can check my X account, and I posted the link, and you can see there some videos I reposted of the actual explosion. Kay, I don't know. Kay's over there moderating on Facebook. Kay, I don't know if you can if you can pin my X account. That'd be awesome. I tried to do it myself. I can't even figure out how to do it myself. Let's see. Hold on. Can I figure this out? Oh, there it is. I'm doing it. I just pinned it. Okay. Thanks to our moderators, by the way. I really appreciate it. Beth Mythical is moderating. K-Body is moderating, and Big Ball of Yarn Hearsay and Papa Bear. But you're looking at live video from the port right now. Crazy. I'm sorry there's no sound on the video, but I have to make do with what I have. Elliot thinks it was the Israelis. I have no idea. So AP is reporting a massive explosion and fire strikes Iranian port and injures at least 516 people. I've seen reports of 561. The blast happened at the Shahid Rajaee port just outside of Bandar Abbas. Now, I have this saying Bandar Abbas because other sources say it's in Bandar Abbas. Either way, either in or near Bandar Abbas, at a major facility for container shipments for Iran that handles some 80 million tons of goods a year. Now, I think this sort of seems like, you see these helicopters coming over once in a while, like dumping a little water on this thing. I'm guessing they probably would prefer to have more aircraft. I mean, I don't know how much this one helicopter is going to do. Now, maybe it's going to do a lot. I don't know enough about it, but it doesn't seem like a huge air response. See that one helicopter? It has a little, relatively. There you go. It dropped some. I don't know if it's water or retardant, but I mean, you know, it'd be nice to have some more aircraft. Oh, how is the pronunciation here? I have a Wikipedia pronunciation. Let me listen to it myself. Of Bandar Abbas. Hang on a moment. Bandar Abbas, I guess. Something like that. Okay, so again, this is at a major facility for container shipments for Iran. Social media videos showed black smoke billowing after the blast. Well, you're watching it a live video from AFP. Others videos showed glass blown out of buildings miles away from the epicenter of the explosion. Authorities offered no cause for the explosion hours later. Though videos suggested whatever ignited at the port was highly combustible. You just do this so you can get a little bitter. It's a kind of a strangely, the video, I have it cut off a little bit because I want you to see the very bottom of it. But to do that, I got to kind of shrink it because I want to keep the headline on the screen. So anyways, that's why it's shaped like that. There's nothing else. You can now see basically the full video. But it's just, there's a lot at the bottom there I don't want to cut off the bottom. Industrial accidents happen in Iran, said AP, particularly at its aging oil facilities that struggle for access to parts under international sanctions. But Iranian state TV specifically ruled out any energy infrastructure as causing or being damaged in the blast. Mehrdad Hazanzadeh, a provincial disaster management official, told Iranian state TV first responders were trying to reach the area while others were attempting to evacuate the site. He said the blast came from containers at Rajaee port in the city. State TV also reported there had been a building collapse caused by the explosion, though there were no other immediate details offered. This port is about 650 miles southeast of Iran's capital, Tehran, on the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow mouth of the Persian Gulf through which 20% of all oil traded passes. The blast happened as Iran and the U.S. met Saturday in Oman for the third round of negotiations over Tehran's rapidly advancing nuclear program. Lara Lane thinks doesn't matter how it happened, Israel will be blamed as usual. We don't know the cause yet. But this happened hours ago. The first reports I saw of it were around over 3 hours ago, this happened. Over 3 hours ago. Yo, Itzhan thinks it's the Mossad from Israel. Natalia Maria Soto thinks this will be some sort of accident, not foul play. Look at that. Look at this video right now. Wow. Wow. That looks like an ambulance. Again, I'm sorry there's no sound on the video. Let me see again, but I have not heard any sound from this video. I'll check with AFP. As far as I can tell, there's no audio in that video. Thanks, by the way, to Tim747. I really appreciate that. Tim747, thank you. Also, Cyrus the Virus, thank you. Hang on a moment here. Thank you also, Joe Brown, who says, hopefully not intentional. The world is unstable enough as it is. Thank you, Enema, for your support. Who thinks they're going to crash the markets again. Thank you, Enema. Thank you also, Juan Cabrera. Thank you also, DN, I'll say, for your support. There is a fire engine coming in there, you can see, on the screen right now in this live shot. Reportedly, containers exploded. Hey, thanks to R. Troyer. That's very nice of you, R. Troyer. I very much appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to check some Iranian news outlets and see what they're saying. Let me check what the Iranian news outlets are saying. I can't show them. I've seen videos showing people on the ground injured from this. I cannot show those. Mehr News Agency reports that the port is temporarily closed. Now, Mehr News Agency says 516 injured. I've seen 561. I don't know if it's the reporting is different on the number of injuries now. Let me check a couple of other outlets and see what they're saying. How about Tasneem? They're a semi-official news agency in Iran. No cause officially announced. Wow, I just saw a new crazy CCTV video. Hang on a moment here. Maybe I can post a link to that video. Wow, I just saw it. I just saw it on Telegram, so I'm sure it'll start making the rounds. But it's pretty wild. I'm not even seeing it on X yet. When I have a link, I'll post it in the chat. Now, some other information reported by Tasnim, which is an Iranian news semi-official news agency. They said that earlier, they said that, hold on, most of the office buildings in the area suffered severe damage, with the roof of one building collapsing on employees. Also, Tasnim reported that the condition of other buildings is unusable and extensive damage has happened. Tasnim said a port manager said a number of employees were still trapped under the collapsed roofs. Terrible. Again, that's from Tasnim. Yes, Tasnim also reported that the blast wave was so strong it severely damaged most of the buildings at the port, and all of the cars were damaged and somewhat crushed. This is over 3 hours ago, but you're looking at a live shot right now. Look at that. Wow. Oh, there is audio. There is audio on this? I guess there's audio. Why am I not getting audio? Let me try something here. Oh, I'm hearing it now. Okay, why am I not hearing it from here? That's weird. Let me refresh this. It's so odd. So there's supposed to be some audio in this video, which I'd like to get to you. Let me see if I can figure this out. Maybe I need to refresh it. Oh, I know what I'll do. No, that's not going to help. Let's see. Here? Give me a moment here. Let me test something out. That's really odd. I need to send it out again. Give me one moment. I'm going to try to refresh that video and hopefully get the audio to work, because it's supposed to have audio on it, but I'm not getting the audio. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop that, and then I'm going to start it again. I just stopped. Now I'm starting again. Hang on one moment. We'll get it up on the screen for you, I hope. Well, we'll get the video on the screen for you. Trying to get some audio. Okay, let's try this. I don't know why I'm not getting audio. Well, for the moment, let me just put the video up. There's the video. That's clear, the video is clearly working. Oh, I know a way I maybe can do this to get you audio. It's a little funky, but I'm going to do it that way anyway. Let me put my headphones on, though. There's some reason that you guys are not, that this audio is not, that I can't figure out why the audio isn't working. Probably some stupid thing. But if I do it this way, will that work? Oh, whoa, whoa. That's confusing. All right, the thing you just saw on the screen was from it's like the original news agency that's putting out the video. So we got to wait for them to come back with the video. It comes in and out. Why was I hearing that, though? That audio clearly worked. Hang on one moment. Okay, that's live. Now, can I get the audio to work? Let's see. Okay. Doing the best I can. You can probably hear a little bit of audio right now. I might be able to bump it up a little bit. The reason the video centering is off is if I make it full screen, you can't see the bottom. I don't want you to not see the bottom. That's why we're doing it this way, so you can see the whole thing. Oh, sorry, I was trying to get you an updated injury total. So let me just see if there's any more updates on that. That's what I was trying to do. Then I got caught up dealing with the audio on the video. Give me one moment. Sorry, I was just checking the audio situation with the video. I have not seen in recent minutes a new number. Oh, wow. Okay, guys, I'm seeing a report of possible fatalities being reported. Hang on a moment here. Where is that coming from? I just saw an unconfirmed report of some fatalities, but I haven't seen the original source. I certainly would not be surprised if there are fatalities. Nat H says, no doubt there are deaths. Thank you, Georgia Culture, our member, and Ella, our new member, and McLean33. McLean33 thinks it's possibly an ammonium nitrate explosion similar to Beirut in 2020, but smaller. Yeah, that I don't know. I just don't know. Thank you, McLean33. And Cyrus the Virus for the gift membership. The Beirut explosion in 2020 was an ammonium nitrate explosion. As I mentioned, I don't have a cause for you officially. There's some speculation online that maybe Israel did it, but I have no idea. Yeah, obviously, as BB88 says, this is a significantly smaller explosion than the Beirut explosion. But it's still a huge explosion. So Reuters says this occurred at, again, it says it's in Bandar Abbas. So a local crisis management official told State TV the source of the incident was the explosion of several containers stored at the Shahid Rajaee port wharf area. If that's true, what was in the containers, I have no idea. Also, according to Reuters, the semi-official Tasnim news agency said the explosion, the container yard where the explosion occurred likely contained dangerous goods and chemicals. State TV said negligence in handling flammable materials was a contributing factor to the explosion. Is that true? I don't know. Oil facilities were not affected by the blast, according to the National Iranian Petroleum Refining and Distribution Company. They said that the explosion and fire have no connection to refineries, fuel tanks, distribution complexes, and oil pipelines related to this company. The large explosion shattered windows within a radius of several kilometers, says Iranian media, with footage showing a mushroom cloud following the explosion. I mean, not a nuclear mushroom cloud. Fars News said the blast was heard on an island 16 miles south of here. There was no immediate comment from Israeli military or Prime Minister Netanyahu's office when asked for comment on whether Israel was in any way involved in this incident. Slot Lady says this is crazy. This was the Shahid Rajaee port. By the way, I might change the number because I had seen reporting that's saying 561 report before, but I haven't seen new injury numbers lately, so I might go to a different number. I haven't seen a new number released recently of injured. Guy Elster, who is an Israeli reporter I follow, he thinks that the port is a key to Iran's weapons program activities, so it might be more than an accident. Yeah, let me just get a recent report of injuries. And so Iran International, which is a news account it's a news account on a news outlet that does Iran reporting. They said that an official had said 561 injured and 4 dead, but I haven't seen that. Yes, Al Arabiya is also reporting 4 killed. Iranian TV says 4 killed in the explosion. Press TV, at least 4 people killed in the explosion. Okay, that is Iranian state TV. Press TV. Yeah, Iranian state TV. At least 4 dead in port explosion. Okay, so that's that. So 4 dead. Yes, more than Iranian state TV says more than 560 injured. That's from Iranian state TV. Okay, so I'm going to change this here to at least 4 dead, 561 injured in Iran port explosion. Cause unclear. Thoughts with all of those injured and condolences to the families of the at least 4 people who've been killed. But again, those numbers are from Press TV, which is Iranian state television. Hotomek says there were multiple explosions, one big one and some secondary after. I did see a video that seemed to show that an explosion had already happened and then maybe a big secondary explosion happened. I have pinned it in the chat, but if you go to my X account at Lookner, I have reposted some videos from the internet that I don't have the right to show. But you can go check out some of those videos there. There very well could be more fatalities. Give me 1 second here. The sound's going to go off for a second. Why is it not working otherwise, the sound? It's so strange. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Put it back on. Bob A. thinks this is not under control at all. Maybe we'll do a poll. Do you think, was this an accident? Yes or no? That's the poll. Was this an accident? I'll tell you what people said in a second. Okay, on YouTube, 61% say no. 39% say it was an accident. 61% on YouTube thinks it was not an accident. And on Twitch right now, it's about 50-50 on Twitch. 53% say not an accident. 47% say it was an accident. Okay. Facebook, 57% say not an accident, 43% say accident. Twitch, 57% say not an accident, 43% say accident. YouTube, 61% say not an accident, 39% say accident. Ken Richardson says if it was an attack, Iran would say so by now. I don't know about that. If they thought it was intentionally done, they might not want to put out there that they allowed it to happen. You know, it might be embarrassing for them. One of our viewers mentioned Annie Chainsaw will do mention Jason Brodsky. I saw a post by him early. Jason Brodsky is an analyst who covers the Middle East. He is with United Against Nuclear Iran. He had posted a couple hours ago saying that from Bandar Abbas is where Iran has been sending resources to the Houthis. Also, he says this particular port, Shahid Rajaee port, was hit with a cyber attack by Israel in 2020. So, you know, he doesn't know what happened here, but he also said that there were some reports, I did not hear about these, of of Iranian ships docking in Bandar Abbas after departing China with missile components. I don't know anything about that, but again, I've seen various people online saying that who knows, maybe there's a reason that Israel would want to, for example, target this port. Maybe they thought some weapons were going in and out of there or something like that. You know, I don't know. We just don't know right now. But look, also, things exploding do happen. Things exploding does happen. Also, maybe there was an initial explosion, and because of the nature of what was around it, you know, it became bigger because of other things exploding. But this was an enormous explosion. And look, you can see this right now. I mean, I bet we're over 4 hours after. I first saw reporting about this about 3.5 hours ago. So this is hours after you see the size of this fire going on. Thanks for voting in the poll, by the way. Ended up 63% of you on YouTube thought it was not an accident. On Twitch, it was 50-50 whether it was an accident or not. Facebook, it was 57% yes, 57% no, it was not. 43% say yes, it was an accident. Okay. Thank you for voting. According to AP, this particular port is a major facility for container shipments. Let me just show you a couple of photos here from AP. There's a photo from AP right there. There's a photo from AP, you know, some other photos of this. Now, IRNA, which is Islamic, it's an Iranian, I believe they're a state news agency or semi-state news agency. What are they? Oh yeah, state news IRNA. They reported that there were, I don't know how old this report is. They reported that there were 516 injured. Oh, 516 people have been transferred to the hospital. Thank you, Dina Soul. Thank you, Whatever Clever. Yeah, I showed a map before. I'll show another one, but we showed that earlier. Hang on a moment. Bandar Abbas is in southern Iran. There. The red marker. There's Iran. The red marker is what we're talking about, near the Strait of Hormuz, which is right here. That's the Persian Gulf right there. Southern Iran, on the water. The Strait of Hormuz is a strategic waterway where 20% of all the oil traded in the world passes. If you look here, the port is, there's the port right there, which some outlets say is near Bandar Abbas, but other outlets say it's in Bandar Abbas. The Shahid Rajaee port. I don't know exactly where that is, but it's here. Rajaee port. I don't know specifically where it is, but it's an important container port. Ryan B. thinks this seems like a chemical thing. One of our viewers is wondering, will it cause a rise in oil prices? Well, we haven't. Iran is saying this does not involve oil facilities. Devil in disguise says absolutely terrible. Hey, thanks, Kay, for the Facebook stars. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. Thanks Sharon Glass and Goslin for subscribing over there on Facebook. Jacqueline says so many injured. Yeah, terrible. One of our viewers said, do we have footage of the explosion? I have a pinned message on multiple platforms that says go to my X account for videos. I don't have the rights to them, but I've posted a number of videos of the explosion on my X account. Reuters is calling this a blast likely caused by the explosion of chemical materials stored at Iran's biggest port, Bandar Abbas. A spokesman for Iran's crisis management organization appeared to blame the explosion on poor storage of chemicals in containers at the port. The cause of the explosion was the chemicals inside the containers, he told an Iranian news agency. Previously, the Director General of Crisis Management had given warnings to this port during their visits and pointed out the possibility of danger, he said. However, an Iranian government spokesperson said although chemicals had likely caused the blast, it was not yet possible to determine the exact reason. Bandar Abbas is Iran's largest port and handles most of its containers in transit, although this is a specific port there, so I think there might be multiple ports in Bandar Abbas. That's what it seems like to me. I can see a number of ports on the map. Amin thinks hundreds will end up being dead. I mean, this was clearly just a huge, powerful explosion that caused lots of damage. State TV earlier reported that poor handling of flammable materials was a contributing factor to the explosion. A local crisis management official told state TV the blast took place after several containers stored at the port exploded. That's from Reuters. It's like another fire emergency vehicle coming in there. Press TV, state TV said 4 dead, 561 injured. That is a state TV station. Press TV is Iranian state-owned news media. That's who reported those numbers. Cynthia Smith-Kellum says possible, but I'm not convinced it's a chemical explosion. Thank you so much to S.K. McWoozy for the Facebook stars. That's very kind of you, S.K. McWoozy. Thank you also, Jessica, over there on YouTube. Thank you. Also, thanks to Table Tens on Twitch. Also, Carlos Lycia85. Thanks for subscribing on Twitch. Cam Research thinks there could be further explosions. Hold on. Thanks also a cup of tea, please, for subscribing over there on Twitch. Lady Bird Lee says, look at the smoke, wow. I believe the Iranian, not the supreme leader, but the president, posted about this. Yes, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian said, while expressing deep regret and sympathy for the victims of this incident, I issued an order to investigate the situation and the causes of the incident. He said the Minister of Interior was dispatched to the region as a special representative to closely examine the dimensions of the accident, make the necessary coordination, and address the condition of the injured. Does this mean talks are canceled? No. The U.S.-Iranian talks are still going on. There's no clear connection between those two things, these two things, that and this. Teresa Dimau thinks it's an accident. Eddie V thinks the fire will could burn for days. Oh, this is interesting. What is this? Hang on, I might be able to grab a video here showing some stuff. Now, can I adjust? Can I adjust the, I bet I can. Can I adjust the aspect ratio of the video? That's the question. Let's see. I might be able to, I might be able to get a video for you of the actual explosion that I can show you. Let me see what's on here. It's that one. I am going to, in a moment, I think have a video to show. I can show you. Let's see what else I have here. Okay, we're doing this. We're doing this here. We are doing it. All right, I'm going to play a video in a second for you of the explosion. All right, we're going to do this. Hold on. Now, I got to fix the aspect ratio before I play it. Aspect ratio. That's still not good. We got to fix it more. Oh, I think I did it. I think I got it. I got it. I figured it out. Okay, here we go. Here is for you guys, I've obtained a video, which I have the rights to show you now because I have obtained it. I'm going to now show you video from the explosion. Ready? From earlier. A couple different videos. Here we go. I bought it. I think it's worth it. Now, I need to do this. Okay, hang on. Hang on a moment. Let me make this bigger for you. There's sound on this too. You ready? Let me play this for you guys. Here we go. Are we not hearing? We should be hearing audio. I believe there's audio on this. Why am I not hearing it? Let's see. Hang on, one moment. One moment here. Where's the audio? Where is the audio? Now I messed it up. There it is. Okay, where's the audio? Where's volume? Where's volume? Controls, audio equalizer. Anyways, for the moment, let me just show you this. Forget about the volume for now. I'll have to figure that out. Here is the video. Sorry. So here's the video of the explosion. A couple different videos. Ready? Here we go. I'm playing it now. There's one. Look at that. Wow. Look at this one. Did you see that one there? Then that's damage there in one of the buildings. But I want to show you those first two again. Watch this. There's one. Look at that one. And then watch this next one after this. Right there. Boom. See, it's already on that one. It was already, something was already like burning. And then boom. There's a bigger video of the clip, which I don't have the rights to, which the guy in the car, I think the shock wave hit the car. Anyways, I'm going to try to mess around with this. Let me send you back to the live. Let me see if I can get the sound working. Let me see if I can get the sound working on this. Let me go back to the Creek Dreamer thinks it's phosphorus burning. I'll just keep playing it here. Hold on a second while I read some of the comments. Forgotten Country thinks it's not ammonium nitrate. You actually see right there, a lot of cars at the port were damaged. So look at, just let's slow it down. Look at the cars. See right here, you get, this one has damage, and just keep watching. That one, see damaged car. Look at the one behind it with the windshield blown out. Then that's some building that was damaged, obviously, but I don't know what building it was. A lot of... Oh, here it is. The audio is working. For some reason, the audio is working now. Watch this. Oh. There's no audio on that. So I guess there's audio on some of it. John Bonning thinks it's accidental. Yeah, there's audio on that part. Let me just play, and I just want to play this one again because this is so striking here. This one coming up is crazy. I mean, that clearly looks like some sort of secondary explosion. Again, these are clips I have. This compendium of clips I actually have the rights to, which is why I'm playing it for you. All right, let's go back to the live shot. We can talk about that. Let me just throw the live shot up now. Here, which is the live shot is going to be right there. No, not there. It's going to be here. That's where it's going to be. And I'll put the audio of the live shot on, and I'll take some comments. Super Comfy said, look at the color of the video when it was orange, I guess. So this is now. What I showed you was the beginning of the explosion, something like 4 hours ago. This is now what it looks like. Smuggy says, looks like there may have been a fire to start with, then a big explosion. Hey, thanks to Ken Lance. Thank you, Ken. Waldo says orange explosion could mean fertilizer. Dror Howley thinks fuel for rockets was being transported by ship. Sentient Cannabis says, I tend to agree on accident now. Purpose-made device wouldn't rely on a secondary explosion. Cynthia Masters says, hard to believe it was an accident. Hey, thanks so much, Anthony Chachio, for the gift membership. Thank you, Anthony. Also, Doug Ross, thanks for the gift membership. And Joner Games, thank you for the gift membership. Also, Beep Beep, thanks for watching. And Jessica, thanks for your support. Thank you, Beep Beep, for the for being a member. Oh, Ernie T gave a bunch of gift memberships. Ernie T gave 20 people gift memberships. Make sure you thank somebody if they gave you a gift membership or a gift subscription. Thank you, Ernie T. That's really nice of you. Thanks, Will Horn, who said, do you think this has any relation to the chemical attacks recently reported in Ukraine? I have not heard about any chemical attacks recently reported in Ukraine, and I certainly haven't heard of anything that would connect this to anything going on in Ukraine. Will, if I hear about chemical attacks in Ukraine, I'll look into it more. I have not heard any such reports of that. Thank you, Jeepsy Soul, for your support. Also, Marcus Tullius Cicero for being a member. And Whatever Clever, thank you. The video is kind of going in and out. The video is like pausing a little bit. That's the source video. That's not on my end. I think we're fortunate to even have this video. I mean, a lot of times you don't get video from Iran, so I'm happy that we've been able to bring this video to you. Thanks also Michael Platt for the gift membership, and also Longboard Ninja Master, our member, for 37 months. Thank you. Also, you see, like, there's like one fire, like there's a stream of water being poured on it at the bottom there. Expect to change says the smoke is real black. Thanks also Richard R for your support. I believe this happened over 4 hours ago. Oh, I'm sorry. I should put the text back up. This is in Bandar Abbas, Iran, at a major container port, a major Iranian container shipping port. Adam James thinks you can't just put these fires out. They need to burn the chemicals off. This is an AFP feed, but it's not. I think it's not their camera. They just have the rights to it. I believe that they somehow just have some sort of deal or have the rights to it. But I don't think that they ran in there with their own camera. Although I don't know for sure, but that'd be my guess. Different news agencies have different agreements in different capabilities in different places. Do you guys want to see the... I'll show that video again that I obtained the rights to, showing the actual explosion when it started. Let's do that. All right, so hang on a moment. Let's go back. For the moment, let's do this. Throw this up there. What did I just do? Oh, I see. Now, most of this doesn't have sound on it, but I'm just going to play it for you. There's one shot of the initial cloud. Look at that. And then look at this. Crazy. That's another. I think that one is an aftermath. This video has been... There is a longer version of this clip, which shows... I think the blast wave hitting the car and then the car spinning around or the guy falling down or something. But then I think that this is this there is the same guy shooting video from who's in the car. I think. Anyways, let me just go back to this again. Then that's some of the cars that have been damaged, and that's damage of a building. Many cars and buildings reported damage. I'm just going to show this one again. That's the one to me, which is like really the craziest video right here. This one here. Hold on. Anyways, let's go back to the live. Yeah, some people say it reminded them of the Beirut explosion. I mean, that was, from everything I can gather, a way bigger explosion than this one. But this is very big, obviously. We want to put on the screen. We need to get the light. There's the live shot right there. DE says, could be an accident as fuel is highly flammable, but who knows these days? Oh, by the way, thanks so much to John Tepley for your support. Thank you, John. Dennis says it's outside of Bandar Abbas. A number of sources say it's part of Bandar Abbas. It's a little confusing. This video, AFP says it's Bandar Abbas. Maybe there's different definitions of Bandar Abbas, like metro and more restricted. But I mean, a number of outlets are saying it's in Bandar Abbas. But maybe it just depends on how you're defining Bandar Abbas. Yeah, as I said earlier, and in the description, the name of the port is the Shahid Rajaee port, if I'm pronouncing it right. I've seen it reported as in Bandar Abbas, but either in or near Bandar Abbas. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have the headline up. That's what I wanted. Hold on a moment here. And so one of our viewers mentioned this. I think who's it, John Gussie? John Gussie mentioned it. Yeah, so N12 News, which is an Israeli station, says that Israeli officials told them Israel's not behind this. Now, that is not an official statement from Israel. That's some sources that N12 News has that's saying to them, oh, hold on. The reason you heard that is because the video, that was like the set. That's what it says, IP news agency. So that's where AFP is working with them. So once in a while that happens, and then the video comes back. So sorry, that's why that sound happened. But yeah, so again, N12 News, which is an Israeli news station, is claiming that some Israeli officials have told them that they're not behind it. I haven't seen any kind of official statement from Israel, but that's an interesting report from N12 News in Israel. So hang on a moment. Let me just see. That's happened a few times, and then the live will come back. Eventually, it might not come back, but we'll give it a second and see. Okay, so I think we might have just lost. I think that's the end of the feed, at least for now. I'll check and see if they think they're going to get it back. Yeah, the AFP feed for the moment is not on from that we were looking at. Meanwhile, I will again though show you this video, which is the clip of the different views of the explosion. That's really crazy. New California says rare to see a live stream out of Iran. Yeah, you don't see him much. Once in a while you see him, but not much. So it was great that we were able to show you that. I'm gonna stop on that one for a second. I mean, that's pretty massive. Now look at that the first one. Hang on a second here. If I can do this. See, the first one, you actually seem to see like that orange down here. Right? Okay, so I'll pull up a frame or something. Yeah, I mean, that's huge because that there is some like big looking light tower there. Then you have orange in here, but look at how big that is at that point. And then it seems to be like, see it looks like, I don't know if that's flame or explosion right there. Yeah, I can't show. I know there's other videos out there. I can only show that I literally bought this clip. I can only show you the stuff I have the rights to. So I'm sorry I can't show you everything that's out there. I mean, that's really crazy. I'll let it play for a second. Okay. So AFP says that they might get the live shot back from Iran, but they're just not sure. So we'll give it a couple minutes and see if we, they've had a couple live shots, AFP, from Iran. So I'll give it a couple minutes to see if they get it back. I still haven't been to sleep. It's 9:34 a.m. here. By the way, the Vatican reports that Pope Francis's coffin has now been has been entombed. In case you were wondering about that, we covered that earlier. I just saw another video I hadn't seen before showing it looks like the start of the explosion. But I can't show that. I don't have the rights to it. But I'm looking at it here. in front of me when it's smaller. Again, waiting to see if AFP gets a live stream back from there. I have this playing on a loop for a couple of minutes, just because we were watching a live shot from there, but the live shot went down. So Press TV, which is Iranian state TV, reports that the head of Iran Rescue and Relief Organization efforts, the head of the Iranian Rescue and Relief Organization says efforts are underway to stop fire from spreading to other areas, I guess other areas of the port. I just saw a video, I'll post a link to it in the chat, of damage to cars. It's like a parking lot with all of these cars. It's pretty striking. It's a video of a parking lot near the fire, and just car after car after car has the windows blown out. I'm looking at this video right now. I just posted the link in the chat to it, but it's a parking lot with a lot of cars in it, looks like at the port, and just all these cars have their windows blown out. I'll post the link again in the chat, but pretty striking video. Thanks, Wordy Birdie Beardy. Weirdy Beardy thinks it was nitrogen tetroxide and not fertilizer. I can't really speak intelligently about that because I don't know anything about it. I don't know about anything. Know anything about explosions and what kind of chemicals cause what. But thank you so much to Wordy Birdie. Weirdy Beardy. Al Jazeera reports that a spokesperson for the Iranian Parliament's National Security Committee says that talk of a terrorist act behind the explosion is media speculation. I'm just going to see here if I can find anything else. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten the... Mer News Agency says blood type O negative needed. That's an Iranian news agency. Okay, I have a statement for you from the Mehr news agency in Iran. The Mehr news agency says that the spokesman for the National Security and Foreign Policy Commission of the Parliament said some media outlets said that the hypothesis of this incident being a terrorist incident has been raised. He said all of this is media speculation, and assessment groups and safety and security experts have not yet presented an initial report that the explosion was caused by chemical substances or a terrorist operation or another issue. So the cause, they say, is still being investigated. The numbers, 4 dead, 561 injured, according to Iran's state TV station, Press TV. Anyways. By the way, thanks to Gregory Prim, who thinks it's some sort of ammo storage and that the secondary explosion is a tell. Thank you so much, Gregory Prim. That's very kind of you. Ray Old says, I imagine that's not healthy, breathing it in. Yeah, Sharif sent me a video. Sharif Gayoom sent me a video, which I've already seen, and I don't have the rights to. But there's a thanks, Sharif. I'll post a link to the video in the chat. It's like a CCTV video where you see the start of the explosion. Like you see like a warehouse basically, or like a warehouse getting substantial damage, it looks like. I don't know if it's a warehouse or something. Anyways, I just posted a link to it in the chat, though, and you can see it. Let's check for a couple more updates here. AP says this was at the Shahid Rajaee port. While no one in Iran outright suggested this came from an attack, even Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi acknowledged that our security services are on high alert given past instances of attempted sabotage and assassination operations designed to provoke a legitimate response. AP says for hours, authorities in Iran offered no clear explanation for what caused the blast at the port, which is, now they say it's just outside of Bandar Abbas. Now, some reports say it's in Bandar Abbas. But they did deny that the country had anything to do with the country's, the Iranian authorities denied that this has anything to do with the country's oil industry. The private security firm Ambri said that the port took in a shipment of sodium perchlorate rocket fuel in March. The fuel is part of a shipment from China by 2 vessels to Iran, first reported in January by the Financial Times. The fuel was going to be used to replenish Iran's missile stocks, which had been depleted by its direct attacks on Israel during the war with Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The security firm Ambri believes that the fire was reportedly the result of improper handling of a shipment of solid fuel intended for use in Iranian ballistic missiles. That's what Ambri said. I don't know if that's true. Ship tracking data analyzed by AP put one of the vessels carrying rocket fuel from China in the vicinity in March. As Ambry said, Iran has not acknowledged taking the shipment. AP says it is unclear why Iran would not have moved those chemicals from the port, particularly after the Beirut port blast in 2020. That explosion, caused by the ignition of hundreds of tons of highly explosive ammonium nitrate, killed more than 200 people and injured more than 6,000 others. This port was targeted in 2020 by an Israeli cyber attack, says AP. After Israel said it thwarted a cyber attack targeting its water infrastructure, which it attributed to Iran. Anyways, if I can find that post by Ambry. Anyways, let me mention that again. According to AP, the private security firm Ambry said the port took in a shipment of rocket fuel in March from China. That fuel was going to be used to replenish Iran's missile stocks, which had been depleted by Iran's direct attacks on Israel during the war with Hamas in Gaza. And Ambry claims that the fire was reportedly the result of improper handling of a shipment of solid fuel intended for use in Iranian ballistic missiles. I don't know if that's true. But that's an interesting report. Oh, I have some more video I can share. I don't know if that's a really good video. Let me show you a little video on this. It's not the same as this, but it's not live either, the video I'm about to show you. But let me just show you that too. So get rid of this. Come back to me for a second here. Okay, so Reuters is reporting. Oops, not there. Suspected chemical blast at Iran's Bandar Abbas kills 4, injures hundreds. Is that picture from them? Damage there. But they say, Reuters says that a huge blast on Saturday likely caused the explosion of chemical materials stored at Iran's biggest port, Bandar Abbas, killed at least 4 people and injured more than 500. The explosion, which hit the Shahid Rajaee section of the port, occurred as Iran began a third round of nuclear talks with the U.S. and Oman, but there was no immediate indication of a link between the two events. One Iranian official appeared to blame the explosion on poor storage of chemicals in containers at the port. He said the cause of the explosion was chemicals inside the containers. I don't know if that's true. That's not an official statement from the entire government. Previously, he said the Director General of Crisis Management had given warnings to this port during their visits and pointed out the possibility of danger. But another Iranian government spokesperson An Iranian government spokesperson said that although chemicals likely caused the blast, it was not yet possible to determine the exact reason. Bandar Abbas is Iran's largest port and handles most of its containers in transit. Wow. Let me show you here. By the way, deadly incidents. A series of deadly incidents have hit Iranian energy and industrial infrastructure in recent years, with many, like Saturday's blast, blamed on negligence. They have included refinery fires, a gas explosion at a coal mine, and an emergency repairs incident at Bandar Abbas killed one worker in 2023. Iran has blamed some other incidents on its arch foe Israel. Now let me show you this video that goes along with this article from Reuters. Is this it? Oopsie. I know what I have to do. I have to fix the audio, the aspect ratio. Here it is. All right, here is the Reuters video that goes along with that article that we were just reading you. Let's see what this video is. I haven't even watched it yet. Should probably make sure of something here. It's going to play. Yes, okay. Here is the Reuters video. I'm putting it on for you right now.
تمام شیشه ها نگاه کنید ریخته. این انفجار کنید چیکار کنید؟
عرض کردم باید این حادثه در حال حاضر که در حال انجام اقدامات عملیات و امداد هستیم، بعد از این شاید ان شاءالله جمع‌بندی لازم انجام خواهد.
All right, so a few clips in that video. A few clips there. Did we get the video back from AFP yet? I don't know if we're going to get any more live video from them. We had it for a while, which is anytime you get live video from Iran, you need to be happy with what you had. I'm not seeing any video from there right now. All right, guys. I haven't been to sleep. It is almost 10 a.m. I think, given that I don't have a live shot right now, and I don't really have much more to tell you at this point. I'm very interested in seeing what gets reported about this. And the fire is still going, but I don't have a live shot right now. I need to get some sleep anyway. So I think we might be getting to that time. I think. So I do very much appreciate you guys being here for the stream, and I will post updates on my X account, which is @Lookner. I have it pinned in a bunch of the platforms. If you look at the chat room, you can see I have pinned for videos of explosion. Please see my X account. I will post more stuff there as I see it. But yeah, I mean, huge explosion, very destructive, destroyed a lot of buildings, heavy building damage, car damage. I would not be at all surprised to see the death toll go up, unfortunately. But according to Iran's press TV, at least 4 dead, 561 injured. That's where those numbers are coming from, state TV. Anyways, again, in thoughts with all the hundreds of people who were injured and the families of the 4 who were dead. Terrible. but no conclusive cause yet. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Also, a lot of you wrote in, send stuff in, and let me read your comments and participate in the chat. So thank you for that. And subscribe, follow the channel. Agenda Free TV, we cover all kinds of live breaking news without an agenda. Agenda Free TV. And as this stream shows you, I never can tell when we're coming on live. I did not know that this was going to happen and that we'd be covering it at this time. But we have a notification system that will send you a notification whenever we go live. It works great. It's free. We do it through Discord. The mods will post a link to that notification in the chat, link to the notifications to sign up in the chat. But you can also find that link on the Facebook, in the Facebook and YouTube descriptions of this video. Sorry, I'm a little tired now. If you missed it, we covered earlier. We did a stream on we covered live the Pope Francis funeral, and then before that, we did a stream on the arrest of a Wisconsin judge by the FBI. Thank you, Michael, for your support, by the way. I very much appreciate that, Michael. Let's shout out our moderators who have been here during our coverage tonight, and they are awesome. Thank you so much, moderators. I'm still not seeing any live shot. I was wondering if we got it back, but I don't see it right now at the moment. Thank you so much to our moderators. They're the ones who allow us to have chat rooms and keep it respectful in there and civil. So thank you so much. Janet B. and Beth Mythical over there on YouTube right now. Thank you so much. And also... our moderators on Twitch, Big Ball of Yarn, Good Luck Duck, Papa Bear, and our other moderators over there. Thanks, by the way, to Ash P10 for subscribing on Twitch. Thank you. And Uncle Floyd GG for subscribing on Twitch. And our Facebook moderators like Kay Lowry Body, Margaret Riley, Paul Anderson, Linda Belkin, Larry, and Misha over on X. Thank you, moderators. Another good way to find out when we're going live is to follow us on X, which is Agenda Free TV. I post there whenever we go live. I post updates about the channel there, so follow over there. And as I mentioned, you can follow me on X for breaking news. I will post updates I see there. I am at @Lookner on X. We also have a chat. It's free. You can chat with other viewers when we're not live on Discord. The Discord chat, check it out. It's free. It's the same link as the free notifications. A lot of our viewers like doing that. Big thanks to our Discord mods, by the way, for all you do. Thank you, Discord mods. Thanks to everybody who donated. That is super nice of you guys. Your support is what allows this channel to exist. Allows me to buy footage, you know. So that's really nice of you guys. I think I thanked everybody during the stream. Oh, thanks, Fred Witherow. I owe Fred a thank you. Thank you so much, Fred. And but thanks so much for your support. If you ever want to donate, go to agendafree.tv, agendafree.tv. And I also did want to mention, for those who watch on YouTube, I would highly recommend turning on the YouTube notifications for the channel, but it can be a little strange to figure out how to do that. So if you want the notifications on YouTube, you got to subscribe to the channel. Then you click this bell, activate the bell, and choose all notifications. Make sure you do that if you watch on YouTube and you want to get our notifications. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers on Facebook for supporting the channel, like Sharon Klassen Gosselin, Kristen McConnell Gates, Jennifer Ellers, Robert Rial II, Kay, Margaret, and Lou Green, all of our other Facebook subscribers. Thank you very much. Thanks to our Twitch subscribers like Ash P10, Uncle Floyd GG, Shaylee Sunshine. Hey, thanks Gonzalez for the bits. Gonzalez thought it could be secondary explosions because of chemicals under heat and pressure. Thank you, Gonzalez, for subscribing. A cup of tea, please. Gina Pina, Wall Street Shaggy, Sven Christensen from Denmark, Flippin' the Chicken, Massachusetts Guy. Thanks for subscribing on Twitch. Our other Twitch subscribers too, and all of our YouTube members like Eric Johnson, Rhino, Don, Jessica, Dennis St. Amour, J.K. Sinar, Justin D, Jean Romaine, Chung Peter, Yvonne McMillan, John Flick. Thanks for being YouTube members. Jane Jones, Macro Geek, Jessica, I think I said that already. Malice Bixie, Rhino, Mark Randy, Kay Crimlin, the one and only, and all of our other YouTube members. I'm going to do one last check here, but I am not seeing at this point that live shot. So for the moment, I have no live shot that I can show you. But I'm glad that we had one to show you before. Okay. And we'll see what more we hear about this. Hey, thanks Amir Safdari for your support from Canada. Thank you so much, Amir. Joe Bishop thinks it sounds like sabotage. Smooth Blue says 4 dead seems low for that size of explosion. I would not be surprised if that toll goes up. Okay. All right, guys. I am wrapping this up. Thanks, Jared Najalki, for watching. Everybody else for watching. So that is it for right now. Thank you for watching. If you want, you can go back and watch the stream. We've been covering this major port explosion at a important port in Iran, but we don't know exactly what caused it yet. So anyways, thank you, Paul Venetian, for watching. That is it for now. Thank you for watching our live coverage of the port explosion in Iran, and we will see. I'll post updates on my X account, and we will see you soon with more live breaking news coverage right here at Agenda Free TV.